Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's second video. We're going to have a look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days for today's second video. Day 10 will take us to the 17th of August and we'll be able to extend out beyond that with the excellent GFS and ECM ensembles, maybe we'll try to couple of weeks. We'll have a look at CFSB2 at the end of the video next 4 weeks, gets us into early September, and I shall get to that for you in a moment. Just to say that first. The video today was our 6 AM UK weather forecast. Please like, share, and subscribe on all of today's videos and content. And thank you so much, everybody, for doing that for GavsWeatherVids. Thank you so much. I think the throat's slightly easier today. Still sounding like I'm, I don't know, on 60 a day or something. But, no, I think it's sounding a little bit better today. So, hopefully, I'm over the worst of this cold or whatever it is I've had. Anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for all of your lovely messages of concern and support, as always. Right, central England temperature is currently sitting at 18.6. That is 2.9 degrees above the 61 to 1990 average provisional to yesterday, to the 6th of August. These are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles for the next couple of weeks. On at Canterbury today, the red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for Canterbury. We're starting off below average with the upper air temperatures at the moment. They're going to be on an upwards trend though, so by the beginning of next week we're looking really quite hot. The hottest period of the summer could be coming up at the end of weekend and into the start of next week. We still have some GFS ensemble members going to or above 20 degrees at 850 HPA. That is genuinely very hot air moving up from France there. Only really brief though, very quick cool down takes place as we head on through the middle part of next week, quickly back into the cooler and more showery conditions again. And those cooler upper air temperatures been lasting through into the third week of August as well. Precipitation-wise, there's going to be a lot of dry weather to come over the next few days up to the beginning of next week. May get a thundery breakdown with this heat spike, so we do see quite a few precipitation spikes then. And then after that, just looking rather showery really as we go from the middle of the month through the third week of August. Temperature anomalies from the 7th to the 15th of August, above average, particularly so for England and Wales. Precipitation anomalies from the 7th to the 15th of August, wetter than average in the north, drier than average down in the south. The latest wind from that from Earth, nullschool.net, shows that we've got an area of low pressure between Scotland and Iceland today. And we bring the wind in from off the Atlantic, a westerly, cooler, fresher westerly winds pushing across the country today. Right, so let's start going through the chart data then. This is how the latest UK Met Euro run is looking at midnight on Saturday. High pressure beginning to move up from the south. Very hot air, of course, over France underneath that area of high pressure. The ridge builds through the west of Europe as we go from Saturday into Sunday. Then starts to shift away to the east as lower pressure heads in from off the Atlantic. As it does so, we pull up a very warm to hot southerly flow. But by Tuesday to Wednesday, we go back quickly into those west winds. So a very brief push-up of hot air from the south and then swept away as the winds return back to the west again. Icon looks like that, so again got high pressure building up from the south here on Saturday, gradually begin to ridge into western central parts of Europe on Sunday, bring wind around into a southerly southeasterly, then low pressure trying to head in from the Atlantic on Monday, and also thundery low coming up from the south. Check out the upper air temperatures, plus 20 Celsius isotherm into the south there. That's our first time we've seen that this summer into the UK. I've seen it over France, of course, several times, but first time I've seen that into the UK this summer. So very hot air moving up from the south on Sunday to Monday, and then swept away or pushed away from Monday to Tuesday as this trough breaks through from off the Atlantic. Icon then returns us to a westerly flow with a ridge to the south, being dry weather to south, but still quite unsettled up in the north for KMA. So sorry everyone, the KMA looks like that. Again, high pressure reaching in from the south through the weekend to the beginning of next week. Turn wind into a southerly, pulling up hot air from France very briefly. And then low pressure moving through, perhaps bringing a fungy breakdown and bring cooler and fresher air in from off the Atlantic. Through next week, we're westerly with low pressure bringing showery conditions to the north, mainly dry in the south, and we get to the end of the KMA run, looking like that winds maintained from that west or southwesterly direction, most unsettled up in the north. The GFS midnight run again with high pressure south, low pressure north, winds in from a westerly direction through the weekend, or the start of the weekend. By the beginning of next week, winds are shifting round to a southerly southeasterly with a ridge to the east of this low round Biscay, draws up the air from the south or from the southeast, plus 20 Celsius iceberg, moving out of France into southern parts of England, then surging northwards into the southeastern corner. So again, with potential for some very hot temperatures on Monday. Will be dependent on sunshine amounts. It will also be dependent on whether there's heavy rain and thunderstorms and whatnot. But potential there perhaps for the hottest day of the year on Monday. And then into Tuesday, well, low pressure started to head in from the Atlantic, so the air mass changes again. We revert to westerly winds, turns cooler and fresher, and rather unsettled too with this low coming in from off the Atlantic. In more extended range, again, low pressure driving in from the Atlantic, bringing unsettled conditions and relatively cool there. We aimed up with the GFS midnight run, the dartboard low right over top of the country. GFS 6M by comparison, again, pushing up that hot air from the south Sunday into Monday. Then we've got this funky trough developing Monday through to Tuesday. That's how the upper air temperatures are looking for the course of Monday. Maybe restricting that plus 20 south iceberg a little bit more on Monday with GFS 6M. Just about makes it into the extreme southeast of England. But overall, I think, restricting the hottest of the air just a little bit on the GFS 6M. Still will be very warm to hot though if that comes off on Monday. And then into next week, westerly winds return, turns cooler and fresher, and low pressure bringing wet weather, particularly into the north. Dartboard low there over country on Sunday, 18th of August, just beyond day 10. And really we just keep it rather cool and showery there through to the end of the GFS 6M run. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share and subscribe. Make sure you check one for doing that. Drop a comment let what you think about this and all of our videos and content. Don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids. Get them to subscribe to. It's amazing. It's incredible. Thank you so much for doing that. We need to put around 85 subscribers to get to 18.7k. So if you could give us a sub, that would be awesome. Thanks so much for doing that. Right, GM with high pressure building up from the south on Saturday, bringing drier weather then into Sunday and Monday. The high pressure slipping to the east, bringing up that southerly flow, looking hot through the start of next week. Plus 20 south iceberg into the far southeastern corner there. Sunday low then moves across country Monday to Tuesday, introducing cooler and fresher air. And as we get into the second half next week, just looking rather cool and showery winds going into the northwesterly direction. A little bit of transient ridge beginning to push up from the southwest there on Saturday, ahead of Saturday 17th of August, I should say, ahead of the next area of low pressure in the Atlantic. And then the ECM rounds it all off with high pressure moving up from the south on Saturday. Sunday to Monday, we're drawing up that hot southerly flow. Upper air temperatures again, we bring the plus 20 Celsius iceberg into the south and the southeast on Monday. It's pushed away by Tuesday as the lower pressure starts coming in from the Atlantic, turning cooler and showery through the middle part of next week. And then the second half of next week into the northwest winds, showers in the north, making dry in the south, and certainly quite a lot cooler then. This is the precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from TibetShow.com. So, showery conditions in the north and the west over the next couple of days, mostly dry in the south and the southeast. Then into the weekend, start to shift the wind around to southerly, rain for western Scotland and Northern Ireland, so very wet weather possible there. and then potentially with a bit of a hint of a funky breakdown, sometimes Sunday into Monday, as low pressure moves across the country and introduces cooler and fresher air once again from the west. So sorry once more, everyone. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensemble today for day 10. Gets us to the 17th of August. 13 members of the ECM ensembles looking rather westerly, low pressure to the north, high pressure to the south, winds coming in from off Atlantic in a westerly direction. 12 with low pressure to the northeast, high pressure to the southwest, rather northwesterly with the wind direction there, cool and showery. 9 with high pressure just to the southwest, low pressure to the northeast. Again, that could be a little bit on the showery and cooler side. Another 9, high pressure reaching up from the southwest, low pressure between Iceland and Norway, winds coming in from westerly direction. 5 with low pressure to the east, high pressure to the west, rather cool with northwesterly, even northerly winds. And then 3 with low pressure to the north, high pressure to the south, and winds coming in from a westerly direction. With that one in 2 weeks' time. These are the options that we've got. Gets us to the 22nd of August. 16 members of the ECM ensembles with low pressure right over top and to the northwest. Potentially 12 with low pressure to the north. Looking rather flat and westerly with that one. That one, by the way, is cool and showery with northwesterly winds. We've got 7 with a ridge through the western Europe. That will be drier. Could be a little bit on the cool side with the wind direction. We've got 7 with high pressure over France. That will bring the wind up from a very warm southerly direction. We've got 6 with low pressure to the northeast, high pressure to the southwest, rather northwesterly with the wind direction there. And 3 with low pressure right over top of the country. Again, that looks rather mixed and unsettled. Most of the options seem to be involving lower pressure at both day 10 and day 14, telling us that this mixed summer continues for the time being. CFS 2 finally, these are 500 millibar height and odds. Break it down into week periods. The first week period takes from the 7th to the 13th of August. Next week has low pressure to the north and northwest, high pressure to the south-southeast, winds coming in from a westerly direction overall, but just enough to shift wind around to southerly very briefly on Sunday and Monday. Week 2 will be the 14th to the 20th of August. Again, low pressure in the Atlantic, winds coming in from off the Atlantic in a westerly direction. Should I try it? It didn't work out very good yesterday, did it? Let's try it. Week 3! little bit better, I think, than yesterday. Week 3! It's the 21st to the 27th of August with low pressure over top of the country, looking unsettled. And week 4 is the 28th of August to 3rd of September. A bit of a change, higher pressure reaching in from the Atlantic there. So that will be drier. That's a bit cool though. Winds coming in from a westerly or northwesterly direction. It's a long way off, we'll see. Okay, we're done. If you've enjoyed the video, please do like, share and subscribe. Make sure to everyone for doing that. Drop a comment and know what you think about this and all of our videos and content. And don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids. Get them to subscribe too. And thank you so much for doing that. Thank you so much, everyone. Right, I'll just tell us happening on the channel tomorrow. Going to have a 6 AM UK weather forecast, 10 to 14 there. Probably low European outlook tomorrow. I've eased off on the additional videos for the time being, till the voice of the throat gets back to normal. So we'll pick all of those up next week. So tomorrow I think it's just 6 AM broadcast and a 10 to 14 day. You enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. And for this one, though, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.